April was a month where I played more games than I've ever played in a single month in my entire life for a very specific reason that you're going to find out about later. But as for completion, I only knocked off 3. Still, the show must go on, so let's play through everything I completed in April. First up was something that I'd been looking forward to ever since I'd known of its existence, Pacific Drive. This game is all about maintaining and upgrading a beat-up station wagon as you explore the Olympic exclusion zone in the Pacific Northwest of the US of A. This zone has been overtaken by an anomaly and shut off from the outside world until you get sucked in while you're out for a drive. Now you're in, you need to find a way out. I won't go into more plot than that since it's not the video to do it, but the mystery of this zone, how it came to be, and what the anomaly actually was by far the most interesting part of the plot. You have a couple of characters that speak to you over the radio and help you progress through the zone, giving you scraps of information here and there, but for the most part, you're learning about what's going on as they are. This gave the game a great sense of mystery and exploration as each new thing you encountered filled in a journal entry, giving you more information about this place and everything inside of it. I do have a little bit of a gripe with this story, and it's only minor, but your character has zero interaction with the voices over the radio. There's no dialogue options or way to reach out and ask more questions. You'll just do certain actions and they'll start talking at you. They tell you to do something and offer some quick explanation, and instead of being able to ask for more details, you just have to go along with it like some good little soldier. I'm not asking for voice acting or anything like that, since the immersion from being alone with my thoughts was really cool. But some way to ask for more information from these guys would have been great instead of everything just being reading. When all you're doing is driving around, it'd be nice to be able to listen to someone explain what's going on, instead of having to pull over and read a bestiary entry about sentient meatball. Speaking of driving around, that is 90% of the gameplay. You drive around from location to location, uncovering more routes through the map as you do. And as you explore, you'll find various locations that you can search for materials. These materials can be spent to repair and upgrade your car, and you'll be doing a lot of this since the exclusion zone is chock full of hazards ready to tear your car to pieces. I really enjoyed the upgrading system since building up my car to survive the tougher areas and move faster feels great since I can see the benefit, but the constant repairing was just a drain on resource, and in the end I never had enough materials to upgrade since everything was being spent on repairs. It also doesn't help that you're looting from the exact same places for the same resources every single time. If you need chemicals, you go to the mobile apps. If you need scrap, you take apart abandoned cars. I get that you want to know where to find certain things, but when they're laid out the exact same every single time, it makes it feel like a grind. You can turn off vehicle degradation, but at that point you're basically not playing the game, so I just stuck it out until the end, but I didn't love it. Overall though, I did enjoy this game, mainly for the story and the cool visuals. The gameplay is pretty repetitive, but when you just about scrape by to survive and escape the incoming storm, you feel great until you realise how much repairing you have ahead of you. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's not perfect, and it's damn sure not for everyone, but it's a great mystery if you're into that sort of thing. So Pacific Drive took me about 17 hours to beat. I played through the entirety of Sayonara Wild Hearts in under an hour. And when I say this game is something that every single person on Earth should experience, I mean that from my soul. The most similar feeling to playing this game that I felt in my life is watching the fireworks display at a Disney World park. It just feels magical, and as a bonus, I can play this from the comfort of my home rather than being basted in sweat at 9 PM in Orlando, Florida. If we're getting down to the facts, this is a rhythm game where you move your character around the screen to collect points and avoid hazards, with the occasional timing-based QuickTime event. That description makes it sound incredibly lame, but it's just so damn fun. The music and the visuals, both in style and cinematography, just make it so engaging, and you're constantly kept on your toes wondering what it's going to throw you next. One second you'll be moving around the screen trying to collect coins, and the next you'll be avoiding rockets being launched from a 3-headed robot dog. It's a dreamlike, whimsical experience that just tickles my brain so perfectly, and I adored that hour. To me, this is a perfect game, so I have no choice but to score it a 10 out of 10. Does it compete with my other 10, Baldur's Gate 3? No, but it can be completed in 1% of the time, so that's pretty rad. I can't find more words to tell you to play this game, but just look at my face playing it. That guy is having a great time. And yeah, if you're wondering why I randomly have face cam on this in the next game, it'll all make sense later this month. The final game I completed is another I finished in under an hour. Jazzpunk is a comedy game where you play as a spy getting wrapped up in a big old-fashioned mess with kidnappings and betrayals aplenty. This didn't land for me. First of all, the camera movement felt super laggy, which gave me a headache for the whole game, but that aside, the comedy here just wasn't landing. It felt a little bit like the 2010s also random cringe comedy, and sadly, it's not the 2010s anymore, so most things fell flat or were a little bit cringe. It's still got a couple of laughs here and there, but when comedy is all you have and it doesn't always hit, you don't really have much else to enjoy. I completed it in the hour, and I didn't really want to play much more beyond that, so it was somewhat of a relief. I didn't hate it, but there are vastly funnier games out there, So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. Comedy is super objective, so for me, this one's all that funny, but for you, you might enjoy it. Just be aware that the gameplay here is pretty minimal, so it's essentially a walking sim with comedy, so if the comedy isn't hitting, it's got nothing else. And that was April. As I said, I started a whole lot of games this month, but completing them was a little bit more of a challenge. You'll find out why in a couple of weeks, when I hopefully get the next proper essay video done. But thank you for watching this video, let me know what you've been playing this month, like if you did, and subscribe for more. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.